While waiting for a student to show up for a coaching session in Budapest, I started to think about how there are very different types of guys who do good in Daygame. I've been coaching Daygame to cool dudes from all over the world for 7 years now, and I've seen 6 different types of guys become really good with women. And I wanted to make a video about this so you understand that you don't have to be a leather jacket, ripped jeans and boots wearing white guy to do good in Daygame. The 6 types are teaser, frame controller, qualifier, shiny thing, friendly guy, and artistic professional. So let's look at all of them, and when you recognize which one are you, I'll also tell you which is your most likely weak side and how you can fix it to take your Daygame to the next level, because each of these guys is making at least one really big mistake. But if you want to save time, take control of your dating life, and learn to approach women in any everyday situation, then I have one more coaching spot left in one of my favorite cities for Daygame in Europe in June, and 6 more coaching spots until the end of the season in different parts of Europe. You'll find all the information about coaching, how it usually works, the approximate pricing, etc. by clicking the link in description. Or if you're going out and taking action but you want to understand how to convert more numbers to dates and how to convert more dates to lays, then check out my free texting and dating guides, all available for free on daygamecourses.com. And now let's look at the first type of guy who does really good in Daygame. Teaser. Teaser is a guy who's very good with people in general. He's always teasing, he's making girls giggle, always has something to say on any topic that comes up in a conversation. He's doing this to everyone not in Daygame, and they can instantly click with most people in any situation. When I started Daygaming, this was me. I was always teasing, I had always something interesting to say about anything that comes up, and also one of my first students on Wings Waynes was the same type of Daygamer. The teaser usually learns pretty fast, and if he's okay looking and on a younger side, let's say kind of early 30s or younger, he's probably already getting laid here and there. When the teaser transitions to Daygame, they pretty fast, relatively fast, get to an open to lay ratio. That means how many girls they have to approach to sleep with one of them. They pretty fast get to a open to lay ratio of 100 to 1 or 60 to 1, but then they get stuck there because they are attraction monkeys. They're good at teasing and making girls attracted to them, but they are addicted to it. They see the girl giggle and they see that spark in her eyes and they just keep teasing. But they're really bad at building comfort and getting to know the girl so she would feel comfortable and safe going out with him afterwards. They just can't tone down that conversation and show that they're able to have a normal conversation so even though the girl likes the conversation, gives him the number, she goes home and thinks, well, that guy was fun, but what do I even know about the guy? If I go on a date with him, will he be just as high energy all the time? The attraction fades, and because there wasn't enough comfort, they never go out with the guy. If this is you, and especially if you're stuck at that 100 to 1 or 60 to 1 open to lay ratio, anywhere in that range, then to take your game to the next level, you have to do a very simple thing. You need to learn to recognize when you have reached the hook point, and then drop the energy level by 80% and simply have a normal conversation. And recognizing a hook point is about much more than just thinking, hey, has she asked me a question? If you're not sure how to recognize a hook point, then simply search for hook point on my YouTube channel. I've made a separate video about different signs you can use to recognize you have reached the hook point. The second type is very different, the frame controller. This guy is always enforcing the frame in very strict ways. He takes zero bullshit, expects a girl to follow him, and will instantly call out any princessy behavior. This usually works okay with girls from some parts of Eastern Europe, for example, Russians, Ukrainians, girls from the Balkans, and sometimes with certain types of Latinas. In general, in places where girls are getting a lot of attention and have developed fairly entitled behavior about this. No, I'm not talking about US, I'm talking about places where sugar dating is very common. These girls simply appreciate a guy who doesn't take any shit. While the frame controller does good with this type of women, he has a very big weak spot. He's too strict with his frame control. I just published a 3-part video series on my YouTube channel about frame control, and in the first video I explained the difference between 3 types of frame tests. Active frame tests, when a girl is intentionally doing something to test your frame traps, and frame filtering. And the main takeaway from the first part of the video series was that active frame tests, situations when a girl is intentionally testing your frame, they are extremely rare. In the second video, I explained my frame control ladder, 6 different levels of reactions to frame control you can use and how exactly to do that. I'll link the video series in the description. The reality is that the frame controllers are actually really bad at frame control. They're always using the heaviest moves from the frame control ladder, and these moves either work really good or end the conversation with the girl. They're simply not able to take back the frame in subtle ways that the girl wouldn't even notice, or if she does notice it, she would appreciate it. Because of this, they come off as uncalibrated, weird, or maybe even dangerous to girls who won't put up with a controlling guy, meaning girls from most of the world. Just as the other types of guys, the frame controller is also doing really good with one type of girls but repels the others. If this is you, to take your game to the next level, you have to develop other parts of your game. You have to learn to get along with the girls without the my way or highway attitude. Tom Torero talked about a period where he was overusing Royal Flush, the heaviest of the frame control moves. He later recognized he was simply being lazy with his game and had to re-evaluate his attitude towards game, women, and dating in general. I've been guilty of this too, just as most really good daygamers have been at some point in their development. That is normal. The important part is to recognize that you're stuck here and learn what to do next. You might notice a pattern here. Both the teaser and the frame controller are basing their game on one thing they're really good at. They're one-trick ponies. But the other parts of their game are simply good enough to not fuck up the conversations with the girls, you could say. This is how you get from the beginner to an intermediate level. You simply become really good at the part of game that comes naturally to you. You become a really good one-trick pony. But to take your game from intermediate to advanced level, you have to develop other parts of your game. The best daygamers I know have a minimum of 2, usually more parts of their game developed really good. So they might be a mix of different archetypes. And if you're a cool, successful dude who's daygaming but aren't getting results yet, then I'll help you double your number closes, the dates, and the lays you're getting for free. Check the link in description titled Free Daygame Coaching. The Qualifier. He will start a conversation with something like, "You look cute, I wanted to talk to you to understand whether you are interesting as well." He will make a girl qualify in every conversation, most likely more than once. This isn't something that I do as often. Yes, I will use one qualifying question in almost all the conversations, but I don't go as hardcore as the qualifiers do. While asking these questions that make girls qualify by explaining that yes, she is interesting, yes, she is smart, and all of these things, there is one downside to this. While still learning Daygame, a qualifier can come off as an asshole early in the conversation. So if he goes too heavy, too early with the qualifying questions, the girls will oftentimes simply leave or respond negatively to this. But once they get burned a few times, they understand when to start using qualifying questions, and they use this style of game with the other archetypes. This guy can be a real killer. The only type of game a qualifier shouldn't combine his skills with is the frame controller, because both of these types can come off as assholes. If you combine both of them, they are reinforcing each other and it becomes too much. Still, the girls who like this might like this even more, but the rest might be repelled by it even more. If you are a qualifier, mix it with the friendly guy or artistic professional. We will look at these types later. The shiny thing. These guys, they have the money, they have the looks, they know how to talk to people. The girls love them. Their problem, though, is that oftentimes they're used to showing their money and status to attract girls. They do have a good dating history, but because they're flashing money and status, this oftentimes repels normal girls and attracts gold diggers. Because of this, they have to relearn absolutely everything they know about attracting women. This is a hard journey because everything that has historically worked for them to attract women and to get laid, they have to unlearn all of it because otherwise they will keep attracting just gold diggers. But if they do this, they can become really, really good. If they're looking for a serious relationship, they can attract the top quality women. The same type of women that used to be put off by their flashiness. Because these guys know that they are doing good with very beautiful women, but they're not doing good with women that are doing interesting their lives, are really smart, and interesting people to be around. That's because these women really disrespect guys who are flashing their money. It's not impressive to these girls. So if these guys learn to attract women without being flashy, all of a sudden they start doing good with their favorite type of a girl, the one who they couldn't attract before. But if they simply want to get laid more, well, that's not gonna be a problem for this guy because he already has everything that a girl wants. And then if he adds good game on top of it, perfect. If this is you, then I know your weak spot. You are very busy at work, and because of this, you're never able to dedicate enough time to Daygame for long enough consistently. If this is you, just get Daygame coaching. Instead of spending months and months to learn Daygame on your own, I think you prefer to spend a bit of money to learn everything you need to know to start getting dates consistently in 1 week instead. And we both know you struggle finding time for anything that isn't work and will probably need someone to keep you accountable and support you while you become really good at this. You'll find all the information about coaching, how it usually works, the approximate pricing, etc. by clicking the link in the description, and there you can also schedule a free call with me where we can talk all the details. The fifth type is the friendly guy. Will talk to everyone in any situation, talks to people all the time, knows people wherever he goes. When the friendly guy learns to add some spice to the way he talks to the girls, he does very, very good, especially if he combines it with good escalation skills. He can get laid wherever in the world he goes. Mr. T, one of my closest Daygame friends who I've been on many trips with and who has been on my podcast many times before, is the perfect example of this. He leaves his New York City apartment and talks to the people sitting on the stairs of his building as if he knows them. He chats to the baristas as if he was a regular, and he knows how to add spice to these conversations to convert them to numbers, dates, and lays. The trap many guys, especially Americans, fall into is that they're too friendly. They don't know how to tease and build attraction. Because they're really good at small talk, talking about nothing, after a 10-minute long conversation with a girl, it's totally possible that he doesn't know anything about the girl and the girl doesn't know anything about him. This is not the type of guy I'm talking about because these guys, yes, well, they get numbers, those numbers always flake. The friendly guy talks to people all the time, but he also knows how to instantly be liked by them and get to know them. Mr. T learned how to be social with everyone way before he learned how to use the same skill set to get dates and lays. He's someone who genuinely connects with people everywhere and makes friends easily. If you're a friendly guy and you add good attraction and escalation skills on top of that, you've got a killer combo. And lastly, artistic professional. This isn't as much about the style of Daygame as it is about the type of personality. The artistic professional is really, really good at what he does for a living. Usually that is something very technical. He's very, very smart, but at the same time, he has a developed artistic side. And a mix of being serious and successful while at the same time having a very strong artistic side makes girls go crazy for this guy. Great examples of this are three guys from my private community: Joe Chip, Mr. T, and Bingo. Yes, they all work very serious jobs. But Joe Chip is deeply into art and music, Mr. T is a good hobbyist photographer, and Bingo builds custom guitars as a hobby and is really good at playing them. The mix of professional and artistic simply works. Most guys start in one of these categories and then add more sides to their personality, to their style of day game as they develop their game more. Becoming very good at any of these skills will easily get you to an intermediate level that's around kind of 60 to 1 open to lay ratio, given that you don't have anything really holding you back, there aren't any kind of crazy uncalibrated behaviors. But to get further than that, you will need to recognize your weak spots and learn to show different angles of your personality in your day game. And of course, if you want my help to do that, then consider getting some coaching. As always, link with all the information is in the description. I'd be very curious to hear your opinions on this. Maybe you know someone who's really good at day game but doesn't fall into any of these categories. Maybe he has a completely different personality, so let me know what that is. Maybe you are a very good day gamer. You started from one of these categories, but you added something completely different that I haven't talked about, so let me know in the comments, please. And if you are a cool, successful guy who is going out day gaming, but you aren't getting many results yet, then I'll help you double your numbers, dates, and lays for free. Again, check the link in description titled Free Day Game Coaching. And if you are getting some numbers, but you want to understand how to convert more of these numbers to dates, or how to convert more of your dates to lays, then check out my free texting and dating guides for free on daygamecourses.com. That's it for this time. See you in the next video. Ciao, guys.